Hi, my name is Shea, and in honor of International Transgender Day of Visibility, I would like to share my story. Shea is actually my middle name, and so I went by Shea because I could still put it on legal documents, and I liked Shea because it's kind of a gender-neutral name, and I feel like it just fit me. And Shea's a family name too, so I feel like it would be easier with my family to go by a name that they're familiar with. So that's how I kind of just started using Shea. When I was in 8th grade, I came out as a lesbian originally, and I still felt like it wasn't the right identity for me, that it didn't fit. And I actually started watching YouTube videos with trans people in them, transgender people in them, and I realized that that fit how I was feeling. In 9th grade, I started coming out to some of my friends at Proctor about how I was feeling, and starting to use male pronouns because I'm transgender, female to male. I was lucky. I had very supportive friends in high school. Of course, I had some negative experiences too. I dealt with a lot of bullying at certain aspects, certain times through middle school and high school. Because before I started medically transitioning, I would use female restrooms and female locker rooms, but some people would look at me and come up to me and be like, no, you're in the wrong bathroom, or you shouldn't be here. So one of my biggest fears now, and still one of my biggest fears today, is in regards to being trans, is using bathrooms, because I always had the fear of someone's gonna know my situation and that they're gonna be rude or discriminatory towards me. But I think the positive experiences outweigh the negative ones. But I have a lot of support now. My family is very supportive of me and my transition. I've been on testosterone now for almost 4 years. I started medically transitioning in July of 2019, and it has changed my life in such a positive way. I feel so much more comfortable in my body, and I feel like I can be me. I think internally, accepting all the changes that have happened, and also externally trying to get in with an endocrinologist. That took months for me to be able to do that. I was in therapy for a while because some doctors require a letter from like a therapist or another physician saying that I'm transgender before they would treat me, worrying about insurance not covering my testosterone. But I was lucky in that aspect because I had insurance that would cover it, but not everybody has that. Really, it was a big change. It was a big change in my life, so it took a lot of time to accept and kind of sit with it and to really think, is this me? And I knew that it was me. I don't regret any of it. I am so happy with the steps that I took to get to the point that I'm at today. I would tell someone who's in 8th and 9th grade, like the time that I was, I think I would tell them that it's okay to explore your identity. And really, I know it sounds like everybody says this, but to be who you are, I think it's very important to build a strong support system around you. If you can't find it in one area, being able to find it in another. So if your family's not accepting, trying to have friends around you that are accepting and are kind of almost like a second family. And I think also too, exploring resources. We're lucky in this day and age that you can connect with people online and kind of share your story with other people who are going through the same thing. I am so thankful that I am able to work for ICAN, because from day one I had talked to Human Resources about how my legal name isn't the name that I go by, and that I want to be called Shea, and I would like Shea on my name badge, that I would like the correct pronouns to be used. And ICAN was very accommodating and supportive of me. I've been at ICAN for 6 months now, and everyone who I've talked to about my trans identity has been so supportive of me, and I'm lucky that I'm able to be on the DEIB Coalition here at ICAN, because I feel like I can share my story and help support those who may not feel comfortable coming out, may not be able to advocate for themselves at this time. And I just feel like I'm very lucky to be in the position that I'm in today. I would like to share some information about the transgender community, just to help not only those within the community who may be struggling with their identity, or may have just come out, or even have been in their transition for a long time, but I would also like to help allies and those who aren't in the community. One thing that I would like to talk about is gender dysphoria. It's something that not all transgender people experience, but for me personally, I experienced a lot of gender dysphoria, which means that I had a lot of emotional stress from my gender identity not matching the sex that I was assigned at birth. The term transgender is an umbrella term, and it can hold identities within that umbrella term. So some people identify as transgender female to male, which is what I identify as. Some people identify as male to female, meaning that they were born male, but they now identify as female. And some people identify as non-binary too, meaning that they don't fall within the gender binary of either male or female. I think that pronouns are very important, and something that I like to do when I'm in a group setting is to share my pronouns with the group, so that way it's more inclusive for other people who are in the group that may not be comfortable sharing their pronouns out loud. So something that I do is I introduce myself: hi, I'm Shea, my pronouns are he, him, or just saying, hi, I'm Shea, he, him. Some people in the transgender community medically transition, and some people choose not to medically transition. It's really about what the individual wants and what the individual person is comfortable with. For me personally, I decided to medically transition and start testosterone, which has made me feel so much better with my mental health. Like, it's really helped me feel like I'm the person that I am. But some people feel that they don't want to medically transition because they feel like it's not necessary for them, that they're comfortable with their body as is but still identify as transgender. Something else that people tend to get confused about is gender identity versus sexual orientation. Gender identity is how you feel about yourself and your body and how you would like to present to the world, versus sexual orientation, which isn't about how you identify with your body, but how you identify with the people that you're attracted to. With it being International Transgender Day of Visibility, I would like to just share the message that it's okay to question your identity at the beginning. It's okay to be transgender and to not identify with the sex that you were assigned at birth. I feel that being your authentic self is the best way that you can be